Okay, hello everyone. Today I want us to solve a question on determination of equilibrium. And the question says the following functions relate to the quantity demanded and quantity supplied of a bar of soap in a market. We have been given the QS function, that is the quantity supplied function, as negative 10 plus 6p, whereas the quantity demand function is given as 20 minus 4p. Then we are asked to calculate Roman 1, the equilibrium price, part 2, quantity demanded at equilibrium, and the last part we are asked to determine the change in quantity supplied when the price of the bar of soap is 150 shillings. So in economics, equilibrium refers to the state where the market demand equals the market supply. So at this point, you find that there is no surplus or shortage in the market, and the price tends to remain stable. So for the equilibrium price, because we are asked to determine the equilibrium price, you find that it is the price at which the quantity demanded equals the quantity supplied. Whereas the equilibrium quantity, which we are asked to solve in our part 2, it is the quantity bought and sold at equilibrium price. So let us do this question together. We are asked to find or to calculate the equilibrium price, and part 2 is the quantity demanded at equilibrium. So we are going to start with part 1, which is calculating the equilibrium price. So in this case, I've said that in economics, equilibrium, it is a state where you find that the market demand is equal to the market supplied. So what do I mean? I mean that quantity demanded is equal to the quantity supplied. Here we have been given the quantity supplied function as negative 10 plus 6p, whereas the QD function or the quantity demand function is given as 20 minus 4p. So what you need to do, you're supposed to replace this QD function, this QD with the QD function, and this QS, you're going to replace it with the QS function. Let us now work it out. So our QD function is 20 minus 4p, you equate to negative 10 plus 6p. Now we are supposed to find the unknown. So in this particular case, you can be able to see that we have only one unknown, which is p. So what you need to do, we can do this. We can decide to take this negative 4 the other side, and because it is negative on the left hand side, once it crosses the equal sign, the sign changes from negative to positive. So in this case, we are going to be left with 20 on the left hand side, and we equate to negative 10 plus 6p, and then from there you add this 4p, because I've said it is negative on the negatives or on the left hand side, and once it crosses the equal sign, the sign changes from negative to positive. That's why I have written here positive 4. So here we have 20 equals negative 10 plus 10p. Now I want to be left with with p on the right hand side. So what I need to do, I have to take this negative 10 on the left hand side. So here we have 20, and I've said if at all you have any number, and once it crosses the equal sign, be it maybe like that number was maybe like a positive, or maybe like it was negative, immediately it crosses the equal sign, its sign changes immediately. So as you can see here, we have negative 10. Once it crosses this equal sign, the sign will change from negative to positive. So you need to add 10, then from there you equate to 10p. Let us now proceed. Here we have 30 equals 10p. We want to find the value of p, so you need to divide by 10 both sides. So here we are left with 3. So meaning our our equilibrium price equals 3 shillings. That's how we find the equilibrium price. So part 2 of that question, we are asked to calculate the quantity demanded at equilibrium. We are asked to find the quantity demanded at equilibrium. So what you need to do, you are supposed to take the QD function. The QD function we have been given as QD equals 20 minus 4p. And you are asked to find this quantity demanded at equilibrium. And since because you have been able to get our P as 3, we are going to replace this P with 3. Because 3, we have gotten it as our equilibrium price. So here we have 20 minus 4 in bracket 3. P, it stands for the equilibrium price. So here we have 20. We have 20 minus 4 times 3, supposed to give you 12. So meaning our quantity demanded at equilibrium, is supposed to be 8 units. So that's how we find quantity demanded at equilibrium. And I remember I told you that equilibrium it refers to a state where you find that the quantity demanded is equals to the market, is equals to the quantity supplied. Meaning, if this is our QD function, and you have been able to get our quantity demanded at equilibrium as 8 units, it is the same as I've said QD equals QS, or the quantity demanded at equilibrium. It is the same as quantity supplied at equilibrium. If at all you have been able to get our quantity demanded at equilibrium as 8 units, it means even our quantity supplied is supposed to be 8 units. Now, let us now proceed to our last question. We are asked to find the change in quantity supplied when the price of the bar of soap is 150 shillings. So what you need to do, because you are asked to find the change means the difference. Change means the difference. So you are asked to find the difference in the quantity supplied when the price of the bar of soap is 150. So initially, we have been able to find or to get the quantity supplied as 8 units. So we can say these are our old quantity supplied, that is QSO, it is 8 units. Let us now find the new QS1, or the new quantity supplied. So we go back to our question. We can be able to see that our QS function, which is QS equals negative 10 plus 6p. You can be able to see that this is our QS function. And because we have been told that we are supposed to find the change in quantity supplied when the price of the bar of soap is 150 shillings, what you need to do is we are supposed to replace this P with 150 shillings. So here you proceed, this is negative 10 plus 6 in bracket 150. So if you take 150, you multiply by 6, supposed to give you 900. So here we have negative 10 plus 900. So if you take negative 10 plus 900, it's supposed to give you 890. Yeah, supposed to give you 890. And in our question, we are asked to find the change in quantity supplied. So these are our initial quantity supplied before the price adjustment, but the new quantity supplied, which is our QS1, we have been able to get it as 890 units. Now we are asked to find the change. The change means the difference. So what you need to do for us to be able to find the change, you take the new quantity supplied, you less the initial quantity supplied. So our new quantity supplied is 890. You less the order quantity supplied, which is 8 units. As you can be able to see here, these are our new quantity supplied, and these are old quantity supplied. So if you take 890 minus 8, the answer is supposed to be 882 units. So that's how you solve this question. In case of any question, feel free to write on the comment section, and I'll respond to you. Thank you so much.